Hello. So today, at this point in time, it's about 9:15 here, and the topic is about nutraceuticals per se. The thing is, I keep paying attention to my body and my physiology, anatomy, and from a person-centric model of the universe. So my bodily experience, my internal experience, external experience, in terms of yoga, they say antaranga and bahiranga. But I also see that as meaning resonance. When I'm walking, say, from one place, one block to another, the Earth's magnetic field affects me differently. The electronic gadgets used in the houses around maybe, that has an effect on my body. From the waves, brain waves, um, the electronics affecting the air, particles, molecules, so to speak. Yeah. Then the they may be having practices, chants, for example, instruments used, or different kinds of devices, how they then affect per geodesimal location, one block to another, one place to another, one town, one city, one village to another. So also the food they eat has its own effect on the frequency, energy, vibration per place. And when you're walking, you are at the effect of many of these changes per house, per block, per city, per village. Also, in a city, there is more information technology, software developers, industrialists. So your experience of living would be different. Now, given all of these varieties, yeah, if we take all of these varieties and then keep it aside and notice the human experience. Now, okay, I pay attention to the human experience when I'm in a place, whether or not I'm moving around. So I have a movementless method of yoga. Okay. So I'm a health facilitator. So I pay attention to my body and the biodynamics from the different layers that make my human body my human body. And over time, I came to see that consciousness has four levels: conscious, subconscious, unconscious, supraconscious. And it's a bodily experience also. But further than that, there is something that I've found as conscience, as in a conglomerate science that also includes time, space, relativity, movements of particles, vehicles, food affecting the body, the kinds of information. I may be watching a movie or reading a billboard or reading a text, that information affecting my body. Then when depending on the groups I'm participating, I could be sitting alone in a room, in an island, or in a community, and different kinds of what kind of groups do I interact with? And how do those groups influence me? That is also different from person to person. I don't even have to move from one block to another. But a person is different by the simple fact of what all is a person engaged in or not. And over and above that, so I have my understanding of the human body is from these several perspectives. And then the diet, what I ate in the morning, evening, yeah, previous day, has that properly digested accordingly would be my today's composition. I could be living yesterday's life because my digestive system is still dealing with yesterday's stuff. Yeah. So I'm that much old. And then aging is also said to be advanced glycation end products. Yeah. So old age or just aging, how are we metabolizing the stuff we have? And then today, all of us have 24 hours in a day. Beggar or a billionaire, all have 24 hours in a day, and we are all on planet Earth. And now the time here in Srinagar, South Bengaluru, my location, according to what my clock is saying, according to the battery power and the health of the clock I'm watching, is 9:20. Okay. So that could vary according to Rolex watch versus different companies. And yeah, so how precise is the time? That apart, people tend to do different things at different times of the day. They have breakfast in the morning, lunch, afternoon, and dinner in the evening. Yeah. If there's a mix-up of stuff, it would seem odd. Yeah. Similarly, people tend to do certain things in the morning. For example, there tends to be yoga practices in the morning. Yeah. And then have a breakfast. And then begin the day for a professional life. Now, the beginning doesn't happen in the evening time. Yeah. What am I saying is the fabric of time space feels different in the morning, afternoon, and evening because of also the kind of activities humans do at a point in time. Getting started for a professional day happens in the morning, and then there's the afternoon and evening. The thought lines that's there when you're beginning the day is different. And so the brain waves, the energy influence, number of people per geodesimal location, city, village, town, island, yeah, farmland. So number of animals present, plants present, buildings present, and quality of building material present. So they all have an influence over and above, which is, or underlying which is what humans do at different times in a day. So I pay attention to that. And one thing I noticed is people tend to pop pills, nutraceuticals. It's quite a trend these days. Have proteins in the morning and, a set of nutraceuticals that then has your different parts, the physiology functioning. But there is a push, a move for rain natural chemicals. There is more organic stuff, and then there is, when you're having synthesized things, there are side effects. And so there is a certain move to having natural things. And there are markets, organic. But the thing is, rain focused. You have to have us be more intelligent because artificial intelligence is there. So maintaining human intelligence is required, and these nutraceuticals help. So different kinds of performers pop pills or drink juices or different kinds of activities about morning time, afternoon time, evening time, and also makeup things. You get ready for the day and what you apply on your skin, which also has an effect on the liver, different body tissue compositions, because they are, again, chemicals. It's like food. You apply food for skin, kind of, to nurture the skin, which over time, the body kind of absorbs all of that. And then, hey, food. You're going for a swim. That is also, body is kind of soaking up some of the information. And then food. You're walking in the park, wind. Yeah, a little bit of sunshine. They're all food. So your body is all getting informed by all of these different treatments. Spa treatment, nutraceuticals, different kinds when you pop a pill has different effects on your body. But the human morphic resonance field, which is different from animal morphic resonance field, different from plant morphic resonance field, because plantness is different from animalness, is different from humanness. So how the intelligence functions in the human morphic resonance field, it's like saying, now Earth has many layers. The Earth, uh, there is the crust, there's a mantle, there's a core, and they have different textures. Yeah. Humans formed over time. And according to how long we took to form, what all differences have been happening, accordingly is the human morphic resonance field, which is different from, say, plants, how old they've been. For example, avocado. It's quite an old plant. The ylang ylang, old plant. So they, according to age of their species, there's the plant morphic resonance field, and in different species, humans also, according to our age. 35-year-old, a certain age group, a morphic resonance field. 98-year-old, that age group, a morphic resonance field. So there are layers that way. And I'm talking about human morphic resonance field. When certain amount of people, certain sets of people have certain nutraceuticals for example, enhancing performance or doing different activities, that is affecting the human morphic resonance field at that particular time of the day. And I noticed I do movementless yoga, so I pay attention to how much am I able to pay attention to my body. And I notice in the morning time when there's a lot of mystic practices and meditation, nutraceuticals, brain natural chemicals, and how that is more brain focused. So your ability to be aware of the rest of your body is limited because you're more head focused and above head, mystic practices, yeah, transcendence, and those kinds of thought lines. So much so that your ability to feel your feet and pay attention to the warmth in your body and maintain the moisture of your body is less because you're drying out. Because a human morphic resonance field is experiencing more neurochemicals and transcendence, but more like you have to be more intellectual. And if humans are not able to do what humans can do, and we have artificial intelligence trying to do, what humans can, they are not equipped to do what humans can. So the number of humans we require to do human stuff is not as well as we need to. Also stated by the birth rates, by the population number said to be below or replaceable in some places. This would be one of the reasons. The human morphic resonance field is experiencing different activities from different people. For example, more brain focused, more nutraceuticals, which is not something which the body is already producing. When you're having artificial intelligence, like pop a pill, dry, desiccated tablets, powders, that is not natural to the body. But that is also drying out the body in the sense what the body is naturally making is not available because that is supplemented or taken by, that function is taken by the nutraceuticals that is being made available or being consumed. And that is kind of replacing, so to speak, or rather, that is artificial in sense, it is not natural. It is nature identical or trying to supplement for what is presumed to be what the body does, or the chemicals isolated, which means it's like one finger, yeah, and the difference between one finger and the whole palm. So isolating certain chemicals, which is found to be beneficial for a particular purpose because it brings about certain results, is different from the whole of it. Isolated chemicals in tablets or powders doing certain things, which is drying out the wholeness of the matter because something is more important than the whole. And then a lot of people, then that's also called the critical mass. How many people are consuming this? And how is it affecting the human morphic resonance field? Okay, I hope I'm bringing the matter to sufficient clarity. I hope I've communicated that sufficiently. I would need to speak more, but if this is at least beginning to bring about thought lines about what I'm hinting at here, suggesting here, I think I need to scream out from the rooftops, but that does not work. So this is as much screaming out from the rooftop. Yeah, making this podcast, um, publishing this on YouTube, to who would listen, to whosoever me this concern, to whom this brings the matter to attention. So we are then paying attention to, there is a challenge we are not quite as much aware of. And meanwhile, I'll be making content so that we can be more aware, embodied, feel the warmth, moisture, softness of our body. So we are not only brain focused. So our ability to be aware of the body from feet to head in equal or equanimity, equal awareness, equal importance. so that we're not getting only head or intelligence focused. We have other parts of the body. And healthier metabolism is also how we go beyond lifestyle diseases. And we are facing certain lifestyle challenges right now, population rates, several ecological concerns too, while Andromeda Galaxy is in different stages of merging with Milky Way Galaxy, which means there's a little spin here. Yeah, Andromeda Galaxy spin. So there's a certain effect, 4.5 billion years. When you're not aware of your body, you don't know how cosmic events affect the body. Why, just as much as cosmic events affect Earth's processes, electromagnetic processes, etc. Yeah, gravity, many force, strong force, weak force. Andromeda Galaxy is in different stages of merging with Milky Way Galaxy, which means that has an effect on us. Yeah, on Earth and on us. So cosmic event having an effect on our this moment lived experience. And that seems to be more like a headspace. Yeah. For some reason, it's a little intellectual thing. Yeah. It is pretty interesting. So a sense of poor civilization, I don't know. We have life, and I do know ancients have spoken about Samudra Manthan, which means there have been several reasons for how life is a for-profit enterprise. Life brings about a turning around and a bringing together. Yoga is discovered on Earth by humans. Yeah. So, and I discovered Earth formed over several cycles of evolution. So, integrating matter and energy, which I call as me, keeping the matter and energy together is, and in a harmonious way without fission fusion reactions. Yeah. We have had nuclear families. Yeah. And then to keeping the idea of family and different ideas, different persons, different people come from family trees together requires us humans being able to pay attention to the matter, also the body, and the energy. So we're not only energy focused, frequency, energy, vibration, but also matter focused, subject and object, matter and energy, nature and nature, nature and nurture. So we're not just popping pills to have a certain bodily effect while we are all focused on energy and then, yeah, how best to consume energy and then what to do with energy resources. And when they say more power to you, you're talking about more power, energy stuff than what is possible from keeping the matter and energy together. So we have, wow, wow benefit, which is from integration. And then when you're cooking, like in a pot, you have water, and then you have put ingredients, and you're not just drinking water, but you're also having a dish. And then your body being like that, matter and energy, nicely cooked. We have the warmth already. We also have water in our body. We also have, well, earth, water, fire, air, spirit, space, nothing, everything, just like in the universe too. When we are keeping them all together, paying equal attention to all of these spaces, all of these aspects, building blocks, we then are keeping the several complementary aspects together. So we're not just only intellect. We are also Annamaya Kosha, body made of food. Yeah. Pranamaya Kosha, body made of, well, the life, breath of life. Yeah. Body, Manonmaya Kosha, body made of the mind of what are you mindful about? Yeah. What is that to be minded about? Memory, reminded, mindful. So you're minding the what needs to be reminded. Yeah, reminded. Okay. So your memory is staying intact. Yeah. And then Vijnanamaya Kosha. So that which is there outside. So there is about plants and animals and subject, what you're studying, and Andromeda Galaxy in different stages of merging with Milky Way Galaxy. So there is lots of information. So we're not getting lost in the information. We also have the body made of food. We are aware of the body made of food. We are aware of the breath of life, the body made of the breath of life. Manonmaya Kosha, the body reminded and constantly remembering where we come from, what we are made up of, the cycles of life that Earth has gone through, we have gone through, how we've come from. Archaeologists are still discovering many, many things. While we remember, our mind, we don't have to be reminded because we are already mindful of what we need to remember or be reminded. So we don't have to be reminded. So there is no neuroplasticity concerns, neurological concerns, neurodegenerative concerns are not coming up because our memory is intact and we are mindful of what we need to pay attention to. I'm repeating myself, but I'm just trying to get my message as clear as possible. And then there's Vijnanamaya Kosha. So while we are paying attention to what all is happening outside, including Andromeda Galaxy, different stages of merging, Milky Way Galaxy, these are holding our spaces intact, stabler, while we are also inquiring into what else there is to be inquired about. We go to school, we learn something new. We now AI, we are also learning many things. So we're not losing our common base while we are learning something new. And then there is Anandamaya Kosha. Our happiness. Do we pay attention to the joy, the happiness, which needs to be part of our everyday activities? Or are we overwhelmed with information to the point that fun and joy and happiness is not an already present ingredient like the food we have? Do we make space, time for fun being an bodily experience? You have the experience of happiness, even in your head. Because a lot of nutraceuticals are also being consumed, but it's kind of making our body dry because the human morphic resonance field is also affected by more brain-focused, intelligence-focused, Vijnanamaya. What we don't know, we are more focused on what we don't know than being with what we have learned over time. So our happiness, while some people are more focused on, we need to deep seek and then search, and then what we don't know, get others who are not as well doing that are also getting affected. Birth rate concerns, population concerns, so all of that. And then there is Shabdakosha, the sounds we make, the languages. We have many kinds of languages. So while AI is working on also uh, translating material, we have different kinds of languages. So while that is happening, are the sounds we make, do we listen to each other? Do we pay attention to what's being said and how it's being said also? Because that's also talking of health. America, Iran, Ukraine, different countries, they are facing their own environmental challenges also maybe. But how they are speaking is talking about that place's health. And if you're only listening to the information they are saying and not paying attention to the health of how is life experienced there, then you're kind of taking in the discomfort, disease, or the health. But you need to pay attention to what's being said, how it's being said. That's also part of being able to help humanity across boundaries while you're not getting sick. People speak from the per geodesimal location experience, and then how it's being spoken is also communicating. It's like from one universe to another. We're all on planet Earth, but it's from how is life experience there is being communicated by how they are saying it, what they are saying, what's the logic, content quality, and how much time sustainable is it? So critical thinking from words, from voice, from sounds being made. So people listen to different kinds of music. You turn on the music system, there is different genres of music. Each genre of music make something available. Romantic makes something available, nostalgic music, sad songs, rock music, different kinds of music. They make something available. If you'd like to know the difference, try different genres of music and then see how that affects your bodily experience. And when you're listening to, say, videos, Instagram, different kinds of news, pay attention to how they are speaking it, because that's the genre of music. That's the health of life also experienced in different areas on Earth. And then you would be able to help them with your own set of resources, what kind of work you do. We also have the social media and different channels by which you can communicate, just like how I'm doing on this podcast, in this video, by which I see this when I'm communicating, more people will be able to be healthier, wealthier, wiser. When you share your information, when you share what you're seeing, what's your perspective, you will be able to help a lot of people. I hope this brings peace, this brings information, but also gives you action by which we can all do better. We are all on planet Earth. And humanity across boundaries is also what internet, social media also makes available. It's an opportunity to communicate what needs to be communicated. So we all do well, and then we all can deal with challenges as they may be there. Andromeda Galaxy, different stages of merging with Milky Way Galaxy. So we have a certain common challenge then that we need to then work with Earth's global climate change, and several things getting affected. So cosmic, miasmic, rheumatic, telluric influences on each human being, on a community, in a family, on Earth, different geographical locations. I hope this brings a better understanding of why we may be facing what we are facing and what we can do to contribute and help each other and our Earth and life and the universe and also Andromeda Galaxy. Because it may be like a wound, or don't have something and then is somehow drawn for, because Earth is doing something, Milky Way Galaxy is doing something. So they've come to check for, oh, you have something, we want that too. Like India was colonized because India had so much of wealth. And then there was the British colonization, Portuguese, Dutch, French. So I'm thinking Andromeda Galaxy is kind of like, we are making certain sounds and they're like coming to see what's there. So they also can have the benefit of life. So India has a certain training in how we are independent, yeah, since 1947. So there's a certain training, civilizational training. And also I'm talking in terms of yoga. So how then can we have the benefit such that there's this idea of Atithi Devo Bhava, yeah? So Andromeda Galaxy, like a guest, so they are having the benefit of having life from how we um, upachara, how do we serve each other, help each other, also Andromeda Galaxy, yeah? Because what is it they're curious about? So that way we'll be able to help them, yeah? Sometimes it requires deserving because we may be practicing certain ways, which is maintaining humanity across boundary with certain distances and clashes. So when we deserve those kinds of thought lines, we will be able to serve better in a way that is reserve, yeah? Our resources, our reserves, how we serve gets a little more better understanding. And then we would be able to help Andromeda Galaxy too. So we would be enlivening life in the multiverse. Like since independence, India has learned certain things, and then we are working on Security Council, security and better health and yoga. So we have the International Yoga Day. So there are certain channels which have already come about over time. United Nations, World Health Organization. So after 2 years of the pandemic, I think we are more connected humanity across boundaries than we were earlier. So now we have Andromeda Galaxy. So India experience also. So we can share the wealth, knowledge that we have and be able to help each other and also help the Earth, universe, multiverse, what have you. When you're making good sounds, they'll come to listen for like an auditorium. When there's nice music and song and dance happening, people will come to look at what's happening. And then when we are able to serve them with what they would like to hear, what they want to, that's also business of everyday living. Such that they are having the benefits from what we are creating here. Yeah, I hope this makes sense. This adds value. Earth is like a kitchen. There's fire in the belly, and we human beings have gotten created over time. Yeah, and then I'm talking about humanity across boundaries and what is possible. Internet formed, and then we have communication challenges such as language, but we can work them together. But awareness is key. And then mindfulness, as we are reminded where we come from, what we are doing, what can become possible. from Humanity Cross Boundaries. And then present moment appreciation. The more we are aware of the present moment, you notice how your body is experiencing at this point in time, while the human morphic resonance field is going through different experiences per their 24 hours, while Andromeda Galaxy is in different stages of merging with Milky Way Galaxy. Yeah, this is housekeeping, homekeeping. So I hope this gives you pause for thought, and you are more appreciative of your present moment and of your bodily experience, and are more willing to communicate what you notice, to share, because there are people paying attention to what information is being shared, so that then there can be collation of information and better solutions arrived at. Please share, because what you share also speaks about what you care about and how much you care. Yeah. And when you care enough to share, there will be other people caring enough to also take care of you by what they make available. And we have the internet now because somebody started putting codes together, and we have the internet over which we can speak. Yeah. By which you can hear this. So thank you so much for your kind interest. I hope this has been of value to you. Good day.